News on the hour, your home for original reporting. I'm Matt Piper in New York. At 83 years old, Justice Stephen Breyer is the senior member of the Supreme Court. But after nearly 28 years on the bench, he plans to step down at the end of the term in June. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki on what President Biden has said before if a vacancy were to arise.
The president has stated and reiterated his commitment to nominating black women to the Supreme Court and certainly stands by that.
Correspondent Ed O'Keefe on some of the names already being floated around.
Ketanji Brown Jackson, who now serves on the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia. She's a 50-year-old former federal district court judge and was confirmed notably with 53 votes. California Supreme Court Justice Leondra Kruger, who's 44, a former Deputy Assistant Attorney General for the Office of Legal Counsel, comes from the home state of the Vice President, Kamala Harris, a former member of the Senate Judiciary Committee, also deeply involved in past Supreme Court fights. The third name mentioned, Candace Jackson Akawumi.
The Federal Reserve provided the clearest hint yet that it could start raising interest rates as soon as March. Chairman Jerome Powell following its two-day meeting this week.
Our objective is to get inflation back down to 2%. It's also to provide enough support to keep the labor market healthy.
The U.S. has rejected Moscow's demand to bar Ukraine from NATO. Now the Secretary of State says it's up to Russian President Putin to respond. Correspondent Holly Williams is in Kyiv.
A kind of full-blown Russian invasion that would be devastating for Ukraine. Huge loss of life, huge loss of Russian life probably also. But both the U.S. And Ukraine have raised this idea of a much smaller incursion, and particularly the idea of the Russians staging some kind of incident as a pretext for moving in.
The Coast Guard is looking for 38 people feared dead after a boat believed to be smuggling migrants capsized yesterday. A body was found today after a lone survivor was found yesterday. Coast Guard Captain Joanne Berdine.
The longer they remain in the water without food, without water, exposed to the marine environment, the sun, the sea conditions, every moment that passes, it becomes much more dire.
A new poll says a belief in science seems to depend on your politics.
Overall, 48% of Americans surveyed expressed great confidence in the scientific community. The University of Chicago NORC poll shows just 34% of Republicans feel that way, compared with 64% for Democrats. The gap growing from 9 to 30 points in 4 years. 45% of the Democrats surveyed say they have a great deal of confidence in the medical profession, compared with 34% for Republicans. Peter King, CBS News.
The Dow lost 130, NASDAQ gained 3. This is CBS News.
Well, that's today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I want to thank you for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody.